I just got done with my ADD class. We are learning about making action plans and figuring out what the action is that you need to get done. Figure out what it is that's getting in your way of getting it done. Like, why is this something so big that you're willing to talk about it in class? So, yeah. Last week we were talking about sugar. So a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. So when you have that thing that is just, you know you need to get it done, and you're just not able to get it done, not even figuring out what it is about it that makes it hard for you to get it done. Last week we were supposed to find sugar, something that we find enjoyable and pleasant, and figure out a way to implement that into getting the thing done that we need to get done. So an example of that is I frequently watch clean with me videos, or clean with me videos while potholes. Okay. I watch clean with me videos while I do my dishes or clean my kitchen, and sometimes that's enough to get me started. And sometimes, I don't know. So that was kind of like the sugar. What are the things that you enjoy? And for me, I like watching videos. Like, if there's auditory input, visual input, then I don't know, it like makes it so that I can do something that's not as pleasant for a longer period of time. And so I don't know, I guess that's kind of what we were talking about. So today we talked about obstacles, I guess you could say. She called them flashing lights. So what are the things that keep pulling your attention away from what you need to be doing? It could be clutter in the space, keeps you from being able to concentrate, or you have too many things to do and you can't like sort it down to the one. Screens. For some people, if you turn on a screen, then they can't concentrate and do the thing that they need to get done. So, like with me, YouTube helps me to concentrate, but at the same time, how many days have I lost when I sit down to eat breakfast, turn on a YouTube video, and then before I know it, I've watched like hours of YouTube, 15 minutes at a whack, and my day is gone. So, and it was all because I sat down. Like, if I were standing up and cleaning, that's different. So, and that was one of the things. So you've got the flashy lights, and you've got guiding lights. And guiding lights are the things that help you to get on task or help you complete. And for me, the YouTube can be a guiding light, but it can also be a flashing light. And then, what was another one? Having other people tell you that they have things that they need to get done, or having people that are holding your hand and saying, hey, get back on task. Don't forget your deadline. Call you up and text you and check in on you and stuff like that. So, it's kind of interesting how sometimes the things that can be a problem can also be the solution. But anyway, so that was part of it, was started talking about was this Eisenhower quadrant for being able to figure out your priorities, because you can have so many fires. All your projects that you need to get done, they're all fires. They all have to get put out. You got to do all of them. All of them are super urgent. All of them are super important. All of them need to get done first. But in the Eisenhower quadrant, there's basically 2 columns down and 2 rows across. And the first column is urgent. Is this item or action urgent? And then in the next column, is this not urgent? So urgent things might have due dates, or basically it's got a deadline. Not urgent is the things that don't necessarily have a deadline, or the deadline is so far out, because if you've got an ADD brain, the deadline is so far out that it's not even a deadline. It's not something on our radar. So then for the rows, there's important, and then there's not important. Sorry, my alarm keeps going off. So an example of important and urgent. So you kind of have to figure out where things lie in these quadrants, and that helps you figure out where to start on projects or in your life. You've got 9 million fires. Which one you need to put out now? So important and urgent is paying your bills to keep your house functioning, or getting an application in before a due date or a deadline because it's for college, or it's for financial aid, or it's whatever application that you need to do. An example of something that is important but not necessarily urgent is a lot of our self-care. So working out, you have to work out. There's reasons why you have to work out, but what's the deadline? Do you really know you're going to have a heart attack in 3 weeks? Do you really know that you're going to end up with diabetes? Or there's all these factors that don't have a deadline. They're so ethereal that it's not impossible, but it's very hard for ADD brains to solidify the concept that this is something that this needs to get done. So anyway, and then you've got the things that are not important, and that's things that are not important to you, whether it's you really don't care about going to college, so who cares about turning in the application to go to college, or the financial aid paperwork to go to college? You don't care anyway, so it might be urgent because it's got a deadline, but it's not important to you, so it's whatever. Another thing that might be urgent and not important is that if somebody asks you for a letter of recommendation, and they give you a deadline, and they're freaking out, and they've asked 5 people and all 5 of those people have flaked them off, that is something that's urgent because they need the letter of recommendation. But is it important to you? I mean, the person might be important to you, but not that certain project that they want you to do for them. So, and then of course you have the things that are not important and not urgent. You really don't care about. I don't know. There's things down there. There's got to be things down there. There's the things that are so far outside of our radar, we probably don't even really think about them unless we go and socialize with other people who are thinking about them. But anyway, so that's what we did in ADD class today. I figured I would share it because then it's more solid in my brain too. And I do have homework for that class that I have to do. It's a little scary, but obstacles that our brains come up with as to why this is so hard. Maybe we can talk about how having our pay go in certain ways is an obstacle to our brain that makes it so hard. And then, yeah, so I mean, and then talking about how to set up your bills. Maybe some people have problems with confrontation, that calling up your cable company is like pulling teeth, because you don't like confronting people about, why are you charging me $80 more than it started as. There's nothing to do with the ladies that I met up with. I'm just coming up with things. But yeah, I want to check with them and see if it would be okay to talk about no names, no actual numbers or anything, just like the concepts that the ADD brain, which is cognitive problems, like some can't see spatially, some can't see time, some numbers just like are just numbers, whatever. You have enough numbers or you don't have enough numbers, and that's how our bank accounts go. And then also being able to set priorities, that's another hard one for us too. And with time, frequently, what we did 2 weeks ago, I mean, can you say, oh, what did you do 2 weeks ago? And you're like, okay, where was I? And sometimes you start naming things that you did 3 months ago, or you completely forgot about something because you felt like it was 3 months ago, and it was really only like 2 days ago. Our brains, they store things funny, I think. That's what I'm thinking, is that we store information weird. And so we're kind of like in a constant battle with our heads to figure out like what really happened. But anyway, okay, so I just wanted to share what went on with my ADHD class, and I want to see if maybe those gals would be okay with me sharing what we keep finding as obstacles in budgeting for people with various types of ADD. Yeah, I don't know what type of ADD I have. I know that I was a space case as a kid, so I was what they call attention deficit. Oh my gosh, I just had the word. Yeah, whatever. I was a daydreamer person. I would just disappear in my own head a lot. Oh, the word is just like right there. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna cut this off. I'll go I'll drive home and I'll talk to the gals and see if that's something that we can talk about, because, you know, ADD, yay. Anyway, all right, I'll talk to you guys later. First step is the hardest. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. If the first step is too